And to be quite honest with you, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted.
Sue Bird's criticism of Caitlin Clark has abruptly come full circle as WNBA viewership declines and public engagement wanes.
Instead, we're still getting bullshit on viewership.
Caitlin Clark's season-long supporter Stephen A. Smith wasn't going to keep quiet. When he refused to allow others to disparage Clark, things rapidly got out of hand.
So because I work at my day job on ESPN, I'm supposed to...
Do you plan to disregard it? I'm employed at ESPN. Stephen refused to back down, saying, I've been told to look the other way.
Talk about it. I've seen Shannon Sharp talk about it. And that's what I just don't understand is they work for ESPN. So why are you hating on a product that ESPN
that they invest in?
Yeah, that's where these viewership numbers are coming. Yeah, it's your business you're in. It's not that they can't. And by the way, it's not that they can't be critical of certain things. They can have their opinions. But
Sue Bird didn't like Stephen pointing out the obvious, which included dwindling interest in viewership, as well as WNBA Finals tickets at the Target Center as cheap as $10. Stephen has been open about the league's difficulties, even while he was employed by ESPN, particularly the dramatic decline in the league's popularity without Caitlin. Sue contended that although ticket prices give a very different impression, arenas still appear to be packed and fans are showing up.
Target Center in Minnesota, selling for as low.
It's absurd to pay $10 for a playoff ticket. And let's face it, if Caitlin Clark were playing, the prices would never be that cheap. Everyone is aware of that.
Caitlin had the highest attendance in the playoffs, which Caitlin Clark played her first 2 rounds in Connecticut, which only holds roughly 10,000, and they got swept, so they never made it back to Cambridge in Indiana to play a home game. So
Thus, they abs one of the most well-known individuals in women's basketball, Sue Bird, quickly became embroiled in a contentious dispute. According to reports, she held Caitlin Clark responsible for the WNBA's poor ticket sales and decreased playoff ratings. Fans were taken aback, particularly considering Clark has received widespread recognition for drawing previously unheard of attention to the sport.
Caitlin Clark effect on all of basketball, and especially on women's basketball ratings. Kudos to her. She has elevated an entire...
Bird, who has long supported the league's expansion, believed that Stephen A. Smith's remarks degraded the work players had done for years and made the WNBA appear weak. She also retaliated against Shannon Sharp, who claimed that Clark was mostly responsible for women's basketball's eventual mainstreaming. Sue maintained that the WNBA is greater than one star and shouldn't rely on a single player for success, despite Stephen and Shannon praising Clark as the driving force behind the league's rise in popularity.
with Shannon, there's an aspect of them like defending their stances on her. Like, we were right about Caitlyn and this is our defense. And I still think there's something twisted there because nobody ever said that Caitlyn wasn't going to be a marketing. No.
However, it is difficult to disregard reality. Women's basketball has never received the kind of attention that Caitlin Clark's illustrious college career brought. It was widely believed that her momentum would continue over into the WNBA playoffs. Rather, the league had to find a way to cover the enormous gap left by her absence.
Look at the stands, all the seats, even the courtside seats.
The WNBA discreetly reduced playoff ticket prices to counteract the decline in interest. Fans took notice right away. Prices plummeted without Caitlin Clark. Arenas appeared to be packed from the outside. Everyone in the league was aware of the reality. Serious discounts were needed to fill seats.
They're full. It looks full in Vegas. It looks full every single place that you go. TD Garden sold out when...
Those crowded stadia would have been much less full if ticket costs had remained the same as they were throughout Clark's season. Without the excitement Clark created, the WNBA just hasn't been able to sustain the same level of enthusiasm or focus. Sue Bird's recent remarks are even more unexpected given that she earlier praised Clark's potential to permanently alter women's basketball.
About things that Caitlyn was doing wrong when, in my personal opinion, she was doing nothing but going out there and playing great basketball every night and ignoring the hate that was coming to her.
Now it's evident. Caitlin Clark is both a hero and a lightning rod because of her ability to introduce women's basketball to millions of new people. Every time an athlete makes such rapid progress, detractors, sometimes even from within their own league, appear. Some see Clark's success as a threat, while others applaud her as she rises. Cheryl Swoops has contributed to the controversy by expressing conflicting views.
Clark coming to the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately.
Unquestionably, the WNBA has expanded, but it still has trouble drawing steady attention from the general public. The league can't maintain the same level of attention from casual viewers, an audience it has been pursuing for years, without celebrities like Caitlin Clark. Clark was an uncommon occurrence. Those who had never watched women's basketball before were drawn to her talent, charm, and elegance.
And want to watch the others. A rising tide lifts all boats, which is what we were saying, both Shannon Sharp and myself, when we addressed that issue. Why would you say a quote like that? We work for ESPN, so I'm supposed to turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to the facts?
The league is finding it difficult to replicate that rush of enthusiasm without her. As her fame develops, Caitlin ignores the clamor around her and keeps playing at an exceptional level. Doubters also exist, some motivated by fear of change, insecurity, or jealousy. It's the traditional reaction associated with celebrity.
WNBA playoff viewership down now that Caitlin is out. And is that somewhat factually accurate? Yes. It's not accurate. Viewership numbers with Caitlin Clark are astronomical. She is a big draw.
Yeah.
She brings
Caitlin Clark has been nothing but positive for women's basketball despite all the criticism directed at her. The criticism is focused on how her popularity has changed the sport, not on anything she has done incorrectly. Her persona and performances have boosted the WNBA as a whole, attracted new fans, and sparked discussions. However, she has encountered mistrust and even animosity rather than widespread acclaim. Clark has only benefited the league by providing it with the level of attention it has required for decades, which is disheartening. That Caitlin Clark's influence on this squad, this league, and this sport should be disregarded.
That we should just ignore the impact that Caitlin Clark had on this team, this league, this sport,